It's time to forget about those American elections, and it's time to elect a true leader, Dave. In a world where chaos and uncertainty rule the waste, one man stands tall, Dave, your fearless leader from the Republic of Dave. Under Dave's leadership, our people thrive, fresh water, strong walls, and a safe place to call home. Dave promises prosperity, security, and freedom. Freedom from raiders, freedom from mutants, and freedom from tyranny. So, this election cycle, vote Dave, the leader we need, the hero we deserve. Let's make the wasteland great again. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Unexplored Capitol Wasteland. Today we're going to be looking at the Republic of Dave. This is a very famous location within Fallout 3, located in the northeast corner of the map. This is recommended to me by Little Dre, so thank you as always for your recommendation. Now, the Republic of Dave is really just a small farmstead in the northeast portion of the map, but Dave claims he is a president and that this is the only constitutional republic within the wasteland. Obviously, he has never heard of the new California Republic. Now, the Republic of Dave consists of many government departments, such as the Army of Dave, which consists only of Dave and his second-in-command, Bob, the Immigration Bureau, the Tourism Office, the Bureau of Dave-like Activities, and a Department of Education. The Republic of Dave is only one of 3 places in the Capitol Wasteland that has an active school, the other 2 locations being Vault 101 and Little Lamplight. So let's check out the Republic of Dave. As I mentioned earlier, the Republic of Dave is in the far northeast corner of the Capitol Wasteland, just to the east of Old Olney. Now, as you approach the Republic of Dave, you will be greeted by Flower, who is one of Dave's daughters.
The Republic of Dave. This is the Republic of Dave. Duh. It's named for President Daddy. But you have to talk to him if you want to stay here. He's the president of the Republic of Dave. Duh. You can ask over at the Museum of Dave if you don't believe me. But you can't just wander around here. You need to go get permission from President Daddy first. Okay, I'll take you, but President Daddy doesn't always like new people. Okay, come with me.
So after being nice to the little girl, you can follow her and she'll take you to President Dave, and then you have to convince him that you are somebody worthy enough to be in his republic. And then once inside the Capitol, we can see a lot of Dave's children. Also, Dave has 2 wives. Now, I noticed one of the children sit on the ground and pull out a Nuka-Cola and start drinking it. I've never seen that animation before, so I just thought it was really cool and really interesting. And then in this room, we can find Dave's office.
President Daddy, there's a wastelander who wishes to see you, sir.
We have someone new in my republic. I am Dave, President of the Republic of Dave. You will address me as Mr. President, or I will have you executed. Now, are you applying for citizenship, asylum, or just vacationing in the Republic of Dave? You are? Excellent. It's good to see that the Wasteland has finally recognized the sovereign Republic of Dave. If the people of the Wasteland are generous and respectful, I might deign to annex them. There's an election for the next president. Don't look so surprised. Can't you see this is a republic? Ah, a seeker of knowledge, then? Well, trust me, an election is what separates a president like myself from a monarch like my father. My father inherited his political power from birth and renamed this great nation the Kingdom of Tom. Although I also inherited my political power from my father when I took over, I formed a republic so the people may elect their leader.
So very quickly, we begin to realize that the Republic of Dave is just as much a republic as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Obviously, this is a dictatorship with Dave at the center. Now, it's really just Dave's family that lives here, and we find out that they are having an election for the next president of the Republic of Dave. Now, currently, Dave is the only person running for president, but we can convince two people to run against him. Those two people being Bob, his younger brother, and Rosie, his first wife. And this begins the unmarked quest, Election Day. So in the quest Election Day, we have to convince everyone within the Republic of Dave that can vote to vote. So the first person that I found was Shawna, who is Dave's first daughter and also the person who runs the Museum of Dave and is also the teacher at the school of Dave. Now, convincing Shawna is pretty easy. However, she cannot be convinced to vote against her father. She truly believes her father is the greatest man to ever live. Now, the next person I found was Bob, who has quite the temperament, but Bob can actually be convinced to run against Dave. And as I mentioned earlier, Bob is Dave's brother, so we can convince him to run against Dave like so.
Dave, man, I'd love to be the president. Everybody would have to listen to me, or I could just exile them to the wasteland. And the first thing I'd do is make myself the permanent leader so they couldn't vote me out in some other election. But there's no need for me to run. One year, Dave is just going to make me the leader, just like my grandpa Tom did for him. I'm tired of it. I'm old enough to take Dave's place. I'll win that election and show everybody.
So even if you fail the speech check, Bob can still be convinced to go vote for himself. So after that exchange, I told Bob to go vote, and he went to go vote for himself. Now we can also find Bob practicing his marksmanship at the shooting range, which I thought was a cool little tidbit since he is part of the army of Dave. Now, before continuing the quest, I just wanted to quickly show the men's barracks. Now, there's nothing much in here besides 2 beds, one for Bob and one for Dave, along with Dave's sons. And then also we have the women's barracks, obviously. Dave has 2 wives and several daughters. But nothing really much inside either of these. The next person I found was Rosie, who is Dave's first wife. Now, she really does not like Dave's second wife, but has accepted the fact that he needs 2 wives so he can repopulate the wasteland. But after some discussion, we can convince Rosie to run for president herself, like so.
Believe it or not, I used to lead a group bigger than this one on an old caravan route. I did it for years, and we did pretty well for ourselves. But what am I talking about? You're right. Dave's just been pushing me around. It's time for a change.
So after that, we can tell Rosie to go vote, and then she will go vote for herself to be president. And then the last person we need to convince is Jessica. Jessica is Dave's second wife, and she really loves Dave, but she really hates Rosie. So she cannot be convinced to vote for anyone else besides Dave. Now, before finishing the quest, Election Day, I wanted to show off the Museum of Dave, ran by Dave's daughter, Shawna. Now, the museum acts both as a school and as a museum. And earlier I said it acts as a school, and it's only one of 3 in the Capitol Wasteland. However, its status as a school is questionable. They teach things such as Dave never cried when he was a baby, and that his poop does not smell. Very interesting claims to make, but, you know, it's a republic. So, Shawna can give us a tour of the museum, and also we can find the bobblehead perception inside, so make sure to grab that.
So, I'll just get started on the tour of the museum then. To my far right is the baby carriage that our great leader slept in as a newborn baby. Unlike most babies, he never cried and his poop didn't stink. Dave had 8 siblings and made his own baseball team. The team was so good, in fact, the Wasteland team was so scared it never showed up to compete. The briefcase is the very one Dave took with him when he became fed up with the poor ways that his father ran the nation. Dave brought back many items from the Wasteland. It was artifacts like these that amassed the Republic's great wealth. Dave collects many war collectibles, including holotapes and war weaponry. This globe represents the whole planet that Dave traversed. Don't let its size fool you. The world is at least 50 times bigger than this. I don't know who put that tire there. These weapons were used against the USA before the bombs fell. Dave probably acquired these when he walked to China. Dave is a world-renowned marksman, known for shooting an apple out of the hand of a raider from across the Potomac. Mounted to my left is the very head of the slain Deathclaw that Dave encountered during his quest through the wastes. I know what you're thinking, and no, that's not a Brahmin skull. Brahmin have 2 heads, so there'd have to be 2 skulls for it to be Brahmin. Please, no touching. And that's the tour. I hope you enjoyed it.
I think her pathing got a
Whoa.
little screwed up during the
See ya.
tour, but either way, we can
Bye.
clearly see that it
See ya.
is not the skull of a Deathclaw, so Dave is just a big fat liar. Also, Shawna can act as a merchant and you can sell her various goods. However, she doesn't have anything to offer you. Now, before completing the quest Election Day, I wanted to make sure I stole Dave's key to make sure I could access his safe, which has some good loot inside of it. So as you can see here, I pickpocket the key off of him,
Out with it, Ambassador.
and then I can access his safe. Now, I found out afterwards that if you elect Rosie, she will actually just give you the combination to the safe as a kind of reward. Now, if you choose to elect Bob or Rosie, Dave will pretty much exile himself and accept the loss, which is pretty wild. Now, in the safe are some bottle caps and the unique hunting rifle, Old Painless, and a Nuka-Cola Quantum. Now, in order to alter the results of the election, you have to open the ballot box before Dave does, and then you can take out the votes and leave in the votes for whoever you want to win. For me, I chose Rosie, since she seemed to be the most qualified, and then Dave has a bit of a tantrum and freaks out.
After counting the votes, the president is... Rosie? Rosie can't be president. No. This is unfair. This can't be. Fine, I'm leaving. See how you people do without me. Enjoy your new president. I guess you're wondering where I'm going. I'm off to annex Old Olney and forge the new Republic of Dave. Don't try to stop me.
So after that, Dave will simply accept his loss in the election, even though it really makes no sense that he lost the election, and he will make his way to Old Olney to establish the new Republic of Dave. Of course, Old Olney is home to many Deathclaws, and he might not survive the journey. However, I cleared out the area first, that way Dave could make it, and I could talk to him once again. If we travel to Old Olney, we can find Dave just lounging around in the middle of the city.
Hey, this is the new Republic of Dave. Go away. By the order of the new Republic of Dave, I order you to go away. This is your last warning. I warned you. Hey, where?
So obviously it seems like Dave has grown distrustful of the player character after the events that transpired in his Republic. If we head back to the Republic of Dave, now the democracy of Rosie, she will have some interesting dialogue.
Well now, who could have ever thought? Me, president! Huh, things are really going to be different around here. Listen, I can't thank you enough. You convinced me that I could do this, and you were right. I want you to have something. Dave kept some big weapon or something locked up in the safe in his office. The code is 1138. It's yours if you want it. We don't need it anymore.
And with that, you complete the quest Election Day. Now, I actually reloaded the save to see if you could take the contents of the safe without losing karma. However, it's still considered stealing for whatever reason, and you will still lose karma for taking the contents. And then Jessica will also make a comment that she is not happy with the results of the election. But besides that, the normal dialogue about Dave still remains. People will say, like, "You're safe as long as Dave says so." So the dialogue within the game does not really change, which is unfortunate. So some quick interesting facts about the Republic of Dave. First, within the museum, there is a hot plate which is oversized and is a unique item within the game. Also, the Republic of Dave is the northeasternmost part of the map, and 3Dog will say that he can be heard from the Republic of Dave after the Lone Wanderer fixes the Galaxy News Radio dish. And despite what you might be thinking, the Republic of Dave was not inspired by any kind of real-life events, simply the developers thought it would be a funny idea. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any recommendations for the next video, please post them in the comment section below. And as always, until next time.